Hi guys, this is Vijay and I hope you are doing well. In this video lecture we will discuss the multiple choice question on internal combustion engine and which is generally asked in all types of mechanical competitive exam. Let us start with question number 1. Engine pistons are usually made of aluminum alloy because option A is lighter, option B wear is less, option C absorbs shocks, option D is stronger. So we know that aluminum is a lightweight material and during the compression and during exhaust stroke piston will travel from BDC to TDC. At that time energy required to move the piston from BDC to TDC. So we generally prefer the lightweight material. So the characteristic of the aluminum is a good conductor of heat. It will easily reject the heat as well as it is light in weight. So the correct answer is option A is lighter. Question number 2. Morse test can be conducted for option A petrol engine, option B diesel engines, option C multi-cylinder engines and option D all of these. So we know that Morse test is used for multi-cylinder engine and it is used to measure the indicated power. So the right answer is option C, multi-cylinder engines. Question number 3. To prevent blockage of the nozzle by dust particles, the gasoline is filtered by installing dash at the inlet of the float chamber. Option A choke, option B fuel strainer, option C nozzle and option D none of the mention. So we know that the function of the choke is to supply the rich mixture during the starting of the engine or during cold starting condition in winter season. So this is not the correct answer and the option B is fuel strainer. Okay, so fuel strainer is used to prevent the blockage of the nozzle by dust particles and it is installed at the inlet of the float chamber. So the right answer is option B, fuel strainer. Here you can see that this is a fuel strainer. Question number 4. The function of a float chamber in a carburetor is to supply the fuel to the nozzle at a option A constant volume head, option B constant pressure head, option C variable pressure head and option D none of the mention. Okay, so the function of the float chamber in a carburetor is to supply the fuel at constant pressure head. Okay, it will continuously maintain the level of the petrol in a float chamber. So the right answer is option B, constant pressure head. Question number 5. The injection of fuel into a spark ignition engine can be done by option A direct injection of fuel into the cylinder, option B injection of fuel close to the inlet valve, option C injection of fuel into the inlet manifold and option D all of the mention. Okay, so in SI engine we are using a direct injection system. Here you can see that the fuel is directly injected into the cylinder. We are also using port injection system. So the fuel is injected close to the inlet valve and in throttle injection means the fuel is injected into the inlet manifold. Okay, so right answer is option A, B and C. So the correct option is option D, all of the mention. Question number 6. The loud pulsating noise heard within the cylinder of an internal combustion engine is known as option A detonation, option B turbulence, option C pre-ignition, option D supercharging. So we know that detonation, during the detonation the loud pulsating noise heard within the cylinder and it will damage the piston as well as connecting rod. So the right answer is option A, detonation. Question number 7. Which of the following medium is compressed in a diesel engine cylinder? Option A air alone, option B air and fuel, option C air and lube oil, option D fuel alone. So we know that in diesel engine during the suction stroke only air will enter and during the compression stroke this air will be compressed and at the end of compression fuel injector inject the fuel in fine droplets and the combustion will be take place at constant pressure. So it is also called CI engine, compression ignition engine, and in petrol engine we are using spark plug, so it is called SI engine. So during the suction stroke only air will be enter and during compression this air will be compressed. So the right answer is option A, air alone. Question number 8. The firing order in IC engine depends upon option A, arrangement of the cylinders, option B, design of crankshaft, option C, number of cylinders, and option D, all of this. So the firing order is depend on number of cylinder. It will also vary from cylinder to cylinder. For 4 cylinder it is different, for 6, for 3. Okay, as well as it is also depend on design of crankshaft, and it is also depend on arrangement of cylinder. Okay, like as V, horizontal, vertical. Okay, so these are the different arrangement. So it will depend on all of this. Question number 9. The size of inlet valve of an engine in comparison to exhaust valve is option A, more, option B, less, option C, same, option D, more or less depending on capacity of engine, option E, varies from design to design. Okay, so generally the size of the inlet valve is larger as compared to exhaust valve, because during the suction stroke the negative pressure will be there in the cylinder, so it will allow the more air into the cylinder, and the combustion efficiency will be increases. Okay, so generally the size of the inlet valve is large as compared to exhaust, and during the exhaust the pressure of the exhaust gas is sufficient to escape from the exhaust valve. As well as whenever we provide the smaller size exhaust valve at exhaust side, so its manufacturing cost is also decreases, as well as thermal stresses is also reduced. Okay, so these are the reason the size of the exhaust valve is smaller as compared to inlet valve. So the right answer is option A, more. Question number 10. The magneto in an automobile is basically option A, transformer, option B, DC generator, option C, capacitor, option D, magnetic circuit. So the magneto is a one type of DC generator. So the right answer is the magneto is in automobile is basically a DC generator.